When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others down and out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life.
Welcome to Man vs. Theta. I'm Spectre, and this is our daily review for September 1st. I know it's been a while since we did one, and since we're at the beginning of a new month, I said let's get back to doing these. I don't think I'll be doing it every day, but I'll try to do at least a couple a week, and I hope they continue to inform and give you my perspective on how I see things playing out. All right, let's jump right into it. One of the first things that you'll be seeing is a little bit of a change. I am going to start publishing my watch list on a platform called Edamomo Edge. And so let me go ahead and show you that watch list now. I think it's a nice little improvement here. And highlights things a little bit cleaner. And yeah, anyways, I like it. So let's see how things go. And let's go ahead and jump right into how the watch list did today. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so the context for the day. Looking at this right here, narrow. We have a short list. Basically, looking to do a hit and run and scoop a couple of swings on dips. And then also just a quick note. While I'm interested in dip buying, I wanted to be prepared for profit taking, considering the amount of gaps we had, right? Like normally, it's a clean. With this kind of a gap, it would be, open case. We're gonna get short and get paid. But I had a feeling that wasn't the case today. But just in case it was gonna play out that way, wanted to be prepared. So hope that makes sense to folks. All right. So as you know, I like to talk about SPY at the beginning. And I have to apologize. The watch list, there was a note and it didn't come across, and because of a template issue, I missed it. But with like one period, kind of hid the note. But basically, what the note said was, I was looking for a dip into 349 and then have a run up into 352, and that more or less is what we got and how things played out. We didn't quite get all the way to 349. But you can see here where we opened here, dipped right into the 349s, low 349s, and then started coming back up. And so that's what I was kind of looking for at the open. I was really actually hoping for a double bottom and then start the grind later. But like I said, things just looked like wanted to get in on dips for a swing because things just were acting like, I don't know what's going on with the buying and who's buying, but they're buying. And so we just have to go with the Momo. And so that's what it is. All right, so let's go on, get right into the watch list. And the first ticker we have is Adobe. Let's take a look at what the notes say. Okay, the notes say on Adobe, watching for dips for a long setup for more upside into 540 plus this week. So looking for it to go through past 540. And the key levels I was looking at is 508, 512, 524, 538, and 560. So that's something to look out on the watch list. Is make sure you guys pay attention to these numbers, right? These levels. They seem to work out pretty well, and I like to use them for my risk reward planning and my entries and exits. So from what I'm hearing, other people are having pretty good success with it. So I hope everyone is. All right, so let's look at the Adobe chart. And we have, so this was the action from their, I believe it was earnings or something else that kicked this off, consolidation, and now we're setting up for this move higher. But this is the action for the day. So it was nice. It didn't get much of a dip, and we pushed right up and through. That 524 level was the one that I was expecting some resistance. And 512, so that was right here. So the 512 to 524, so we got this push right here, pushed a little bit more, came back down. This 520 level I was from the open. The that you can see where we basically right at the open just ran right up here, pulled back, tested this level here, which became support, and then with regards to a swing after this dip pullback, starts grinding and holding. You can get long risk to these previous support levels and run the swing idea. So I think it's a good idea. I think I was off a little bit on I didn't have 520 into the I didn't add that, and it was a 12-point range. I could add that as another point, but I'm trying to narrow the levels I talk about to maybe just 5 instead of a lot more than that. And so we'll see how that goes, right? And if you guys like more or you like less levels, let me know, and I'll try to adjust for that. So, all right, next ticker. Let's look at CRWD. Okay, looking to scoop for an ER run, right? So 120, 126, 138, 148 were the levels. So you can see we got that dip at the open. I was really kind of hoping they were going to give us 126, 128, but they just came right here and then pushed. And then you can see here, as soon as we cleared that 138, that first push and resistance area was around this 138, dipped, tested the open, started coming. As soon as we cleared back over 138s, this was a nonstop grinder. So a number of opportunities to get long in crowd for the ER run up. So it's a good idea on this one, and it worked out pretty well. Okay, next ticker. DOCU. Had a big gap up. I mean, check this out. Crazy talk. No news, but just sympathy to Zoom. And so what do we have here? We have 262, 252, 244, and 233 are the key levels I was looking for. So we basically got this dip here. I was looking for if we decided to do this gap fill down this way. But let me make sure I'm looking at the right ticker here. Yeah. Okay, so 252, 254. So this was this resistance right here. We got the dip at the open. We actually got flushed more than 244. So this was where I was looking for a dip right here. In the first two candles, we dropped more down into the others and then reclaimed that 244, 245 level. And as soon as we came back up over this, it was time to get long. And it just ran, right? So a couple things on this. There was an opportunity. I was looking for a short, actually, into 250 or the 260 levels. So first we had to push into 250, and you got an opportunity to get short, and you can see we got a quick 8-point drop all within 3 minutes. So when you get big moves like that fast, and you say you entered right here and you dump right here, you don't wait for it to come back here. It's one candle, you get 8 points, 7 points, 6 points. You lock in some profits, right? You don't have to lock in everything, but lock something in, because that first 15 minutes can be kind of wild. And I look at that as free money when you get a big move like that. So anyways, we had the dip, and then it came back up, and then when it cleared this 252 level, it was up and clear to run into the 260s. And then exhausted here, pulled back, and again, it's another one for the ER. I did look for a short at this point later in the day, but I was, as you guys all know, that the folks, at least in the Discord room for black box stocks, that I was having computer problems, and so I was actually in the missed out on a lot of really good trades today, and opportunities, just having to deal with the computer stuff today. So hopefully tomorrow things will be good, smooth. Monster moves this last couple days, and so let's see how things keep going. All right, next ticker, MDB. Okay, so another one that looking to scoop for an ER run. Got the dip, rip, broke this 238 level, and kept going. And next target on the watch list was 238, 242, and then 251. So let's take a look and see how that did. So 238 was the key level right here. Crossed that. That was an opportunity to get long. 242 is roughly where it pulled back, so it could sell some here. Came back here, started pushing higher. This 242, 243 became support. And then the next level after this hold was 251 I was looking for. So it got up to 251, actually ran all the way up to 254. So pretty good read, I think, on the idea of an ER run. It just started, I wasn't expecting it to all happen in the first 2 or 3 hours of the day. anyways, good idea, good long opportunity. So Microsoft, this is an interesting one. So the concept on this one is that the big move from here to here came with the announcement of the TikTok deal or potential TikTok deal, right? And so I was thinking, and then there's some news out that China's going to potentially block tech export. And so I was thinking, sorry guys, I got about the yawn. The was My thoughts on this was that China might block tech exports, and so that deal would be at risk. We still don't even have confirmation of that, and so I wanted to be prepared that if it was weak, like it was here, and we broke this low a day, which we did not, but if we did, I was well prepared mentally to be able to take this short and take and for a fast dump into 220 or less, right? Where did it come from? But again, you got to think of not just the deal with the news here. You got to think about the overall context of how strong the market is. And so, just because I want to go short, I can't because it's not market's not doing it. Market's crazy strong right now. So it just didn't play out. So so keeping it on radar, see what happens in the coming days. Next, Tesla. Oh man. So we got one short in this, and I was prepared for more. Got this push up here, failed, short into this drop right here, and then it came back up, and I was hoping for it to fail right here and then start trending down, but we didn't get that. And then push back up and toward 500, double top, can get short again here on this lower high, and then write it down. So now, here's the crazy thing with Microsoft. Okay, so they're doing at the money $5 billion worth of sales. They do the math. They had almost 90 million in volume today, and at $490. I mean, what does that work out to? How much dollar volume did that run? So go do that math, and I'm curious to see your thoughts, and post on the YouTube comments how interesting that is. So, anyways, if they actually started their market sell today, and there wasn't a delay for starting those shares to be sold, if we hold this 470, 475 level, that's the next major level, right? And until that breaks, the shorts are screwed, basically. And that's part of everybody who got short on this pop and dump and fail, expecting us to break down after the split, and instead we rallied, and then we rallied more, and then big gap up, and they're like, okay, we got short, and they're happy. Okay, this is the exhaustion, and came down, we're going to drop some more because they had the offering, but it didn't, it held this level. And so they're trapped. And so until this breaks, this 470 breaks, you can look at these dips as potential long opportunities for upside. The risk reward is okay. It's like 10 points. And then if it breaks below this, there's again another nice risk reward for the short side for it to drop down into a fast 30 to 40 points into this level here. And then if that breaks, we'll get a nice little payday into 400. See what happens, right? I mean, I think the ticker's way overbought, but we're momentum traders, so we don't, whether it's justified or not to be at this level, we just got to go with the price action. So, all right, let's go to the next one. We only have two more tickers. Walmart. Okay, I love that news today. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but watch list. Held well and now launched their version of Amazon Prime. And my thoughts were that it could give it legs. And I'm definitely considering signing up with them for that $99 a year. And the one thing was the pre-market, there wasn't much volume, and so it wasn't crazy strong. Right? I mean, yeah, there was a gap, but there wasn't much volume. But I wanted to watch it for a dip and then get long, and I wanted to basically get 150 calls for next week for 9/11. So imagine that dip, get the 150 calls. Look at this run. Basically hit 150, 149s today. So if you guys took that idea from the watches, congratulations. Definitely consider selling some here. 149, 150. We basically got our initial target in one day. There might be a pullback, might not, but it's fast, great gains. At least lock something in, and then you can ride the rest if you want to swing, and then just risk against 146. Breaks under 146, lock in the rest of your profits if it, or maybe 147 here. You can use that as a guide, but that's how I would trade it. All right, let's move on. Zoom, last one. I know everyone's waiting for my thoughts on this probably, and I missed a lot of this action. I really have to say I'm bummed about it. I got the nice short at the very open from this level right down here, and then covered a bunch, and then I was looking to reshort here, and I took a little bit short, and then it failed. It came back up and recovered, and at this point, as soon as it recovered this 438 point, it became a long, and so it pushed, came back and recovered, and it became a long for a short squeeze, because everybody who got short here thinking, hey, look guys, let's look back. I mean, 300, is it reasonable to think that this is going to dump? I did. From if it goes 300, 320 and it gaps up to 470, is it reasonable to think it's going to come back to 375 to 380? I certainly think so, and that's the play I was setting up for. And but you know, this market's crazy. It's crazy momentum, and so you got to be prepared for that. So it's all about risk reward, right? I had some size here, like for the setup for the short. Like I had some serious size. Like I was like, hey, if this works out and I get my payday and it breaks 400, I was risking basically $5,000. But the dollars worked out that if it played out, I was going to make 130 to 150 grand on those options. And so so if you want to play smaller, you got to look at it this way: are you willing to risk $500 to potentially make 5,000? Right? Or 15,000, let's just say. Actually, if you want to keep the numbers simple, similar. So that's kind of what I was doing, right? And I set up a nice risk reward. If it played out, great, and if it didn't, it's also great, right? Because this trade doesn't have to pay me. If you're going to get those kinds of returns, you just got to wait for the next setup and do it again. So, anyways, so Zoom held. Right, so this 430 is a major level now that we have to pay attention to, 430 and 440, right? So if it breaks back below 440, it comes right back onto radar for a potential short, and then add for the break for 430 and for it to come back lower. But until then, I think shorts are kind of trapped in bad position, and this 460s, if it reclaims, starts getting up higher, which I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. Nope, it didn't do it yet. So keep an eye on it. Clears this level, 460, 460, it could potentially cause another round of squeezing up into 500. So the notes, yeah, so I didn't even mention this part of this trade. So this was from after hours, and so I grabbed some long, and I might start doing this again, but I seem to have a pretty good record of being able to anticipate where things are going to go after an ER moves after hours. And so anyways, I grabbed some long here at 328, and my thinking was, okay, hey, this is going to go 350 or so, and it got to right here 348. I sold some here, and got stopped out on the rest for some profit, and then I was so tired I went to sleep. And what a bad idea to go to sleep instead of holding to watch the price action for just another half an hour. And when I woke up, by the time I woke up, it was like already 370, 375, and I just couldn't bring myself to chase this long for any higher than that, because I just didn't know what the risk reward was. And then I got a chance after getting a little bit more rest to see what the numbers were and how this may play out. And so at this point, I was looking for this to dip, ideally under 400, 380, 375, and then I wanted to get long for it to rip up into 450, 460, and maybe we might even see 500 on it or more. And this is just based on the numbers and the revenue and how they've been valuing this. I don't know. I don't believe it necessarily deserves to be here, but you know, the numbers are what they are, and the momentum is what it is. And so we just got to trade that price session, look for great risk reward entries for the opportunities. And so we'll keep an eye out for more alerts in Black Box in their Black Box flow. It's a great tool. Be sure to click on the links if you want to sign up if you're not already a Black Box member. And don't forget to follow me and to subscribe to the Man vs. Theta channel. And again, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry for the long-winded video. It's already 20 minutes. Wow. So see you guys next time, and thank you for watching.
Now is my time to shine. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubting out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life. Doubt us overnight, and until then you shine bright. Cause inside your head